Hey everyone, Bill Rigler, Nocqua Adventure Gear. We are excited to announce the release of our brand new lighting product called the Nocqua Stick and Glow Nav Lighting. In this video, we'll cover everything from what is included with purchase, to its features, to how to install it. So stay tuned. Hey guys, let's talk a little bit about what's included inside of the box when you purchase the Nocqua Stick and Glow Nav Lighting Kit. So each purchase includes your product information booklet, your nav switch that's going to control the lights. There's 2 bags of strip light and alcohol prep pads. So in total, you'll have 2 strip lights and 8 alcohol prep pads to use for installation. And then we also include some optional Velcro straps to help with rigging as well, some of the wires and the organization of the wires. In addition to what's inside the box, we also will include complimentary additional adhesive. This is for potentially any repairs or difficult surfaces that you want to install the lights onto. And then lastly, we also will include a bag of plastic wire organization clips as well. So that's everything that is included when you purchase the Nocqua Stick and Glow Nav Lighting Kit. Alright guys, welcome to the features and functions section of the video. So let's start off with the LED light strips. Each light strip is 12 inches long, and each cord length of the light strip is 37 inches long. On the back side, each light strip comes with pre-installed industrial strength double-sided 3M VHB tape for a strong bond to plastics and other surface types. The lights themselves are IP67 waterproof rated, which means they can withstand temporary water immersion up to 3 feet for 30 minutes. The connectors on each light strip also utilize our waterproof connectors found in our other power and lighting products. Both light strips have multiple light color capabilities. When using with our easy-to-use one-button nav switch, you can toggle between bright white mode, red-green mode, and SOS rescue white mode. And I'll demonstrate that now on this new Canoe gear pod that we've installed a set of the nav lights on. So there's off. There's your bright white, there's your red green, and then off. And then when it's on in either the white, bright white mode or red green mode, if you simply hold down the nav switch button for 3 seconds, your SOS mode will go on. And to turn SOS mode off, you just simply again hold the button down for roughly 3 seconds. The lights are compatible with our Nocqua Pro Power lithium-ion batteries. When you purchase the Stick and Glow Nav Lighting Kit, the batteries are sold separately. We did this for a couple reasons. First, we know some existing customers may want to split power off their existing Nocqua batteries. Second, we wanted to allow customers to choose the right battery capacity for their needs. So here I've got 3 examples of our Pro Power batteries: our 4.4 amp hour battery, our 10 amp hour battery, and our 20 amp hour battery. So the 4.4 amp hour will approximately run for 4.5 hours with the Nocqua Stick and Glow lights. The 10 amp hour Nocqua Pro Power battery will run for 12 hours. And then the 20 amp hour battery will run for 24 hours. And guys, that is everything you need to know about the Nocqua Stick and Glow Nav Lighting features and functionality. Alright guys, so one of the first steps of installing the Nocqua Stick and Glow lights is you'll notice when taking the lights out of the packaging, they are Velcroed together. And so when you take the Velcro off, you'll notice that the lights have a pretty decent amount of curl to them. And so what we have here is one of the lights from the kit that I've already applied heat to take the curl memory out of it. And this is a really important step for installing the Nocqua stick and glow lights to your watercraft. If you don't do this step, you run the risk of potentially having the strips peel back. And so what I'm going to do in this video is show you on this example to make it look similar to this one that I've already done it on. So what I recommend is taking a piece of painter's tape down on a flat surface. This is a piece of wood on top of a plastic table. That's why we're using the wood, just so that we don't melt it. But you can actually see how much curl the lights have out of the packaging. And so what we're going to do is just apply heat from a heat gun or a blow dryer. If you have one of those as well, they work too. So we're using a low heat to start, and let's see how that goes. And you can already see by just the little bit of heat that we've applied, the memory has already started to come out of it and started to look like the one to its on the bottom side. All right, guys, so there you go. You can see how from when we began, it had a curl in it, the memory and the strip from being packaged that way. But with just a little bit of low heat gun applied to it, you can take the curl out of the light strips. And again, we can't stress this enough. This is a really important step to installing lights to your watercraft. All right, so you've gone ahead and taken out the curl memory inside of each of the light strip. Next is prepping the surface. So the key to a successful installation with the Nocqua Stick and Glow Nav lighting kit is preparation. Inside of each of the 2 light strip bags, there are 4 alcohol prep pads in each bag. So you have a total of 8. And so in our installation here, we've chosen the Nocqua gear pod. And so we are going to install the light strips on each side of the gear pod. But before doing so, we're going to use each of the 4 alcohol prep pads on each side. So let's go ahead and start that process now. Alright, so after you've used all of the alcohol prep pads to prep the surface, make sure and let it dry. You can still see there's some sheen on it, and so we're going to come back as soon as this dries and then go ahead and install the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lights. All right, so the surface is now dry, and the next step is to go ahead and detach the red backing off of the double-sided tape that is already pre-installed on the Nocqua Stick and Glow light strip. And so for this step, we recommend gloves to keep the oils, the natural oils and grease from your fingers off of the 3M adhesive backside when you're detaching the red tape from it. Another helpful tool to have when doing this is a pocket knife to detach to just get it going, to get the red tape off of the adhesive, again without touching it with your fingertips. All right, so just like that. So we'll go ahead and take the red backing off. All right, so I've gone ahead and laid the strip down. And what I'm doing now with my fingers, with my thumbs, is pressing the adhesive into the surface area. And a little tip here with this Nocqua gear pod is open up the lid and then go ahead and get your hand behind it to press it. This 3M VHB works best when pressure is applied to help it cure into the surface that you're installing it. So you want to go ahead and do this for about a minute or two. All right, so you've laid down and installed the Stick and Glow light to the surface. The next really important step is to take some painter's tape. And I like taking 3 strips of painter's tape. And you're just going to simply tape the lights that you just installed to that surface. And the purpose of doing this is we recommend that you let these lights cure to the surface that you've applied them to for at least 24 hours. So the tape is actually going to help so that the lights don't want to peel back. All right, so the install of the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lighting is complete on this side. We're going to go ahead and do the same and replicate all of the processes that you just saw in this section of the video onto the other side. And we'll be back after it's cured to take a look at how we did. All right, guys, we are back. We've waited 24 hours to let the Nocqua Stick and Glow lights cure to the surface that we've installed them to, and they look really good. There's no peel back on any of the sides, so we're really happy with the installation. The next part of the installation process is you can notice that we actually haven't routed the cords yet from the lights to the battery. And before we clean up the install through a through-haul kit on this particular build, we just want to simply test the lights, make sure they're working in proper order, and actually show you some of the function when you install them. So one thing we haven't shown yet is, well, which light is red and which light is green. In fact, they both carry red and green, and in fact, they also carry multiple other colors. We'll talk about that later in a separate section of this video. So with the nav switch, it's plugged into our battery, and so each cord drives which color is on the light system. So let's just plug it in and see which. All right, so this one lit up green, and obviously, as you know, for a nav light situation, you want the green on the starboard side. So all you have to simply do is switch the cord to the other one, and there you go, you've got red. And so That's what's great about this system. It's really simple and intuitive to install. They both carry the red and green colors. It just is driven by which cord you use from the nav controller. All right, guys, so we've slightly changed the camera angle. Here are the Nocqua Stick and Glow lights installed to this particular accessory, the Nocqua gear pod that we've chosen to install it with. Now we have decisions to make on how to organize and route the cords associated with the lights. Now, with the Nocqua Stick and Glow light kit, you have provided wire management clips that have 3M adhesive backing on the back, and we also again provide several Velcro straps. So this is a designed kit to be no drill in terms of wire routing, but with this particular installation we are choosing to not use those clips and those Velcro straps, and we have actually drilled into the Nocqua gear pod and installed a through-haul kit. Now again, the through-haul kit that you see on screen here, this is not included with the kit. This was just what we felt was the best install for this particular watercraft. We will have additional installation videos showing how the Nocqua Stick and Glow lights are installed very cleanly on a watercraft that doesn't require any drilling as well, to give you installation ideas with that. But I'm going to go ahead and clean up this install and route the cords through the through-haul kit, and we'll be right back to show you how it all looks cleaned up and fully installed. So, as previously mentioned in the full installation video, the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lights are designed to be a no-drill solution for adding navigational lights to your watercraft. And in this short section of the video, we're going to show you how to utilize the provided plastic wire organization clips included with each purchase of the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lights. So these clips have adhesive on the back of them, and you are provided 4 in the kit. And in this example here where I'm pointing, you can see where we've integrated the clip to flush mount the wire with the Nocqua Stick and Glow light to the watercraft. And so what this allows is keep the wire tucked flush against the watercraft. And then we're using already integrated design within this particular watercraft to tuck the wires in, and then up, we're folding them down in through the hatch. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to pull the hatch and show you how we've integrated this as a no-drill solution for the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lights. Okay, to show you this full no-drill installation example of the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lights, if you follow my finger here, you've got the wire organization clips we just showed you for the Nocqua Stick and Glow lights. You have the cord for the lights here. And then we're tucking the cord into existing kayak design. This is a sacrificial drill plate on this kayak. And then it routes out of there through that little groove. And then you can see both of the cords for the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav light kit are tucked in and folded up under this hatch. And so when I open this up, you can see we have a soft battery box there with our Nocqua battery. And then we have our Nocqua Stick and Glow nav controller to control the lights. So this is a really simple example of a no-drill installation with the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lights. Okay, so once you've installed the lights, organized the wires, connected the battery, you're ready to go. That completes the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lighting installation. All right, guys, welcome to the repair section of the installation video. And in this section, we want to focus on helping you repair the Nocqua Stick and Glow strip light should the tips, or any section of it for that matter, release from the surface that you've installed it to. And so here's an example where the tip of the strip light has gone ahead and released from the surface that we've installed it to. And so what we've done is included inside of the kit with your purchase a all-purpose adhesive. And so the reason that we've included this is for such repairs like this. And so in this scenario, what you would do is go ahead and take a small amount of the adhesive, and then you're just going to simply apply it to the strip light like such. And then you're going to reinstall it. I am applying a fair amount of pressure to it, but once you've gone ahead and applied it back to the surface, you're going to want to take painter's tape, just like what's recommended earlier on during the installation portion of the video. And I would recommend several pieces on the area that you're reapplying. Like so. And then we recommend allowing this cure time of at least 24 hours. I would come back in 24 hours, take a look at how it's cured, and if it needs to cure a little bit longer, then maybe go another 24 hours from there. So that's how we recommend using the additional adhesive inside of the kit should you need to make any repairs. Okay, so we're back. We waited 24 hours to let the repair cure. Let's go ahead and pull the painter's tape off and see how we did. All right, so I'm gonna just wiggle it to see how we did, and that repair is successful. So this is an example of how to repair the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lighting kit. Welcome to the hidden features section of the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lighting video. In this section of the video, we want to highlight the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lighting has built-in additional colors. In fact, 7 additional colors built into the LED strips, and a couple extra features as well. Now, to unlock these hidden features, it's a different switch. So on the screen is our Nocqua Spectrum P2 switch, and these can be found on our website under the lighting section. And if you take a look here in the corner of the screen where my finger's pointing, we've got a Spectrum P2 switch connected to the lights and to a battery. So in this example, we're not using the Nocqua nav switch that comes with the Stick and Glow kit, and by doing so, it unlocks your 7 different colors. So this is great for scenarios where potentially one wants to use the Nocqua Stick and Glow nav lighting kit for deck lighting or potentially trailer lighting. So there's other uses and use cases for this light strip. But again, to do so, you'd have to use our Spectrum P2 switch, which doesn't come with the kit, but is an accessory that can be found on Nocqua.com. Thanks, guys.